So I'm interviewing Sarah Redmond about identity and media. First question is, what do you think identity is and how would you define it?
I think identity is how people describe themselves and what they think about themselves, and I think it's lots of different things. I think it can be where you come from, where your parents come from, um, which political groups you support, um, which gender you are, which race you are, which generation group you're from, and it can be the identity that other people put on you, or it can be what you feel about yourself, I think.
Okay. What characteristics make up your identity?
My identity. Well, I'm a woman. I'm British. I'm English. I'm white. I'm a mother. I'm a socialist. I'm a worker. That kind of thing.
Do you have any interest in like arts or music? What's your favourite band, for example?
Oh yes, okay. That's another way of identifying yourself. My favourite band at the moment is Cage the Elephant.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't really identify myself musically actually. A lot of people do, don't they?
Which collective groups do you feel you belong to and why?
Feminist. Stop laughing at me, Albert. Worker. I suppose middle class, really, culturally. Yeah, I think that's...
Okay. Last question is, how do you feel the media represents the collective group you belong to and why?
Well, the other thing I was thinking about was like generational groups, because I'm feeling quite strongly identified with that at the moment, mostly because of your generation actually, like the millennials, and at the moment everyone's talking about how everything's digital and the millennials are just totally comfortable with all of that, whereas my generation is supposed to be not finding that so easy to cope with, like the constant pace of change. So yeah, I think that's the media is very vocal on the generational identities and the differences in that, which I'm not sure that everyone really fits in with that. Lots of people, like Jerome for example, he's in my generation but he's completely digitally savvy, so I don't think that's particularly accurate. How does the media portray my group? Are you filming it?
I'm filming it.
Oh, you bastard. Sorry. I thought you were just recording it.
No.
Okay. Oh dear, I didn't know that.
Almost finished.
I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, the media. Yeah, I mean the media. Yeah, I don't know.
It's alright. Thank you. Recording Jerome. Your surname?
My name is Jerome Saposco.
Brilliant. Thank you. Okay, so first question is, what do you think identity is and how do you define it?
Well, identity comes from the idea of being identical. It's the same root, but the identity is what makes you different rather than similar. So whatever your identity is what differentiates you from any other person, what makes you identifiable.
Okay. What characteristics make up your identity?
Uh, well, I'm white, I'm British. No, I'm joking. I'm French, I'm a little bit Jewish, I'm a little bit Polish, I'm a little bit Ukrainian, a bit Hungarian. I'm a lot of different things, and that's what makes me different, or what makes me feel different. Now, in essence, I'm just like another bloke, of course, with a stupid accent.
Okay. What hobbies or things you do or interests that you do makes you different or makes you feel different from everyone else?
I read. I'm not sure a hobby is. I get the idea of hobby is like guy that does like models with matches and whatever, and that's something I've never done. But yeah, I tend to listen to music. Sometimes play video games, and but mostly it's reading. That's my main hobby. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. What collective group do you feel you belong to and why?
And collective group, you mean as a
For example, if I say if I said you're a father, your collective group would be fathers. Just
yeah, I feel like like it's like in French it's called métèque. It means mongrel. Like a mix of bloods from like being kicked from everywhere, not liked by anyone, and
Okay.
so so I don't feel like I'm really part of a collective. Arriving in England made me realize I was very French,
Okay.
but it's because I'm differentiated by my accent and by the fact that I cheer when England loses at rugby.
Okay. How do you feel the media represents your collective group you belong to and why?
Well, that's a big question, and especially now with the Daily Mail and all the tabloids trying to talk about the differences between Britain and Europe. I really feel that we're on to a rising xenophobia and the fact that they're against women and gets it's steals daughters and yes, but it's raw. It's a raw interview.
Yeah.
And you've been interviewed already and you swore. So,
No, I didn't, did I?
you did.
Yeah.
And so it's that's the danger. Is the fact that the media is going to try to make me somebody different. Where up to now, I thought London was a place where you could be whatever you were. That your identity was not important. That you could be assimilated. And I'm afraid of the change that may happen there.
Okay. Thank you.
Right, so what do you think identity is, and how would you define it?
I would define identity as a unique individual.
Individual, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, so there's like identity groups, so like for me, there's like gamers and
Yeah.
people like that. What like collective identity do you think you share with people?
I share, me personally?
Yeah.
I get along with people that are in the same interests as like fitness and stuff because,
So like a gym buff.
yeah, exactly.
Alright. And how do you feel, like, what do you feel like, media, like, so like news or like tabloids or like magazines, do you think they're representing your collective identity in a positive way or a negative way?
I think they are really putting it in a positive way lately. However, I don't like the fact that they're closing down libraries to turn into gyms.
Yeah, so you're straying off topic a little bit, but your collective identity being like gym and stuff, you feel like media is like putting positive light on fitness and good health, yeah?
Definitely.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Hello guys, this is my media homework. Sorry for the shiny face, put some Vaseline on me. Anyways, the people I interviewed, they said the collective group they belong to was mostly hijabi Muslim, either an older generation in terms of age, or mid-age, like between 20 and 30. Usually they're not presented positively in the media. That's what they told me. There was one good example where it's represented positively by the woman who won Bake Off. But apart from that, most of the time they're seen as companions or people who work with groups such as ISIS, and they're seen as people who wear clothing that is not accepted in society, etc., or is not seen as the majority, basically, of what people wear. And usually people say they're not frowned upon, but the media does put a big influence on people, and you do see a lot of racist people about it, even though they don't say it. So that's how they feel about it. Personally, I belong to the Black Muslim group. I'm part of the adult teenage between 18 and say 25. We're not really presented positively in the media, as well as as a teenager. We're seen as the people, the folk devils of society. So yeah, it's basically that's how I feel about how the media presents us. But obviously they don't want us to rebel against them. So that's what I found out about the collective identity research. Thanks for watching.
My name is Evan Smith, and I'll be talking about identity and how I'm presented in the media.
Okay, so the first question, Devon, is what do you think identity is and how would you define it?
Identity is a range of things. I think it's about your physical identity, so what you look like, or where you're from, how your fashion sense is, and your style, your build, and there's another part of identities where what you like, your hobbies, your interests, your musical tastes, and stuff like that. That's what I think identity is.
Okay, and what characteristics make up your identity?
So I'm Jamaican. I'm a migrant, so I came from Jamaica to the UK. I play rugby. I like different types of music. I live in London. I'm a student. And I like being creative, so like entrepreneur kind of type characteristic. So yeah.
Okay, and which collective groups do you feel you belong to and why?
Collective groups, sport people, athletes, people, pop enthusiasts, rap enthusiasts, collective group of students, for example, Londoners as well. Maybe fashion sense, the more casual wear than what I'm used to in my area, where it's like hoodies or stuff like that. And Jamaicans, I think, and Jamaican, my nationality, that's a collective group as well.
And how do you feel the media represents the collective group that you belong to and why?
I think the main collective group that the media represents the most is teenagers. They represent it in a bad way. You rarely see a positive article, video, or on TV about a teenager and his positives and good things like that. I think that's one thing that's gives teenagers a bad image because they're not portrayed in the media and in a positive light, and everyone views the media or uses the media in this way. So that's one thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's up?
So, what do you think? What do you think identity is and why? You don't. No. Ginger, maybe.
Yeah.
Anything else?
What's in London, huh?
Okay.